Hello. Welcome back to me. Yeah, welcome back. Hey, I got my welcome back to. Ina damu zarura bwere bagari ama. Go my but anyway. But it's fine. But it's fine. You know I enjoy this kind of thing. So bring it on. You know. Alibampa dugo masudali udali asiyanka. Ndimwina naso tenage kuri asayanke.
Andiko zaso kubwera kutaya.
Yeah, asayanke.
Ndikuri utawa. Kawana ndawe yanga mutira.
Untawe yori nikayibampa no ndio yambilira so. Ndudali so.
Ndibankira kongo.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to me. It's been I was sick. So anandilo. Anandilo wishes.
What?
Yeah, but anyway, I'm back and we're continuing with Milandu many wishes and Asia last week. Yeah, so anyway, how are you, Henry?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
It's been a good week.
It's been a good week without the heat that you guys have been receiving.
Sometimes you made a tough skin.
So I think many kumakala podcast umayida kuzora wakuyanga because of political agendas ena agenzelwa
exactly.
Ena kama yanga akakutsutsa koma yozori abadi napo koma zinyawo zikoba zikoba dinazoona kale iwe ntambosa nani kale
koma ineyo make me understand muri niyo munapuluza bodi ja
okay not puluza as such koma no ndipitiza zvena unena yo kuti timanena nthawi zonse unena kuti Siviti timathawa maganizwano kapena siviti sitimafuna maganizwano timafuna you get it but you know when you're trying to like debate on something you also have to come with facts simungangonena kuti hayi inu mukuziwa chana anopusa inu that's not debating.
Yes
akuti you are doing all this for cloud to cloud
we are sharing our opinions you also can share your own opinion through the comment section kuti magai kumano nkhani imeneyo makuti because ife tikanena pano monga venenena last week muja timanena kuti awawa ndi awa sakupanga izifwa cha izi awawa apa so inali nkhani yonena kuti anthu amangoyenera abwere wandipesesa anene kuma masando amangwera kutoko palibe chimene mukuziwa mukuziwa chabwera but we always stand to be corrected. We always stand to be corrected. We are always with open arms. Maujene, ma contribution, anu, kaya chani, whatever. But yeah.
They had fun this week. They were happy. They were excited. They were doing the things, right? Which is very good. Engagement is always nice. And we are back again. We are continuing. In fact, we are answering from where wishes
and
expounding on that issue.
Okay.
Ntaona maishu zale loli. Anyway, it's fine. It's all right. Pajana naga muzingolumiza ujeni mabodoro akumbuja ndi wina uja. Kuti tekamapanga zina za list zikhauri malevels albo. But it's fine. So anyway, let's continue from where you two left. Ineyo ndizingo kubonyerani because you guys you started this, you need to finish this. Hey, you need to finish this. So anyway, mwana ori there is a proper impact of my alliances, Panoba. Like, is there any good impact of alliances that is happening in the country? Are they impacting in a good way or in a bad way? And are they even helping with democracy? Are they?
Because we are like talking about possible alliances, right? What alliance ground. And we all have to be honest with when people are talking about alliance, it means part of because mostly I don't think my alliance amakhala manifesto based. Chifata watu wana tufundo zao ndizofana na ndifuna akozotuza chonjo
komanango funa ori alimbitse mphamvu
yes intrusive nkhani makaya manambala whenever said awawa tufuna tikagwese ndani whenever said we go back to 2020,
yes.
Right? Or 2020 when Tons Alliance came into place.
Yeah.
Right? The idea was tigwese DPP.
Yes.
So coming from my elections at 2019, we all failed. Kudi DPP irani, kudi DPP igwe. Because my elections at 2019, ngakhale panali zovuta zina as said by the court.
Yes.
Right? Komano chilungamo chodi DPP inatani inawina.
Yeah.
You get it? DPP inawina. MCB inabwera pambuyo, I think amasiyana kandi 200,000 votes if I'm not mistaken, kandi 100,000. Okay, you get it? And then unabwera UTM 1 million votes, and then unabwera jina UDF, PP, chanchani. You see? So it means unena kuti going into another elections a few months later, we have to re-strategize how we are going to take down that one. Said? So it's not about kuti our ndi nefundo zathu ndizofanana kapena ayi teni tigwese wina wake. So that's why Tons Alliance came into ujeni. Yeah, because tufuna tigwese yani DPP. Tidani okay ajani IMCPA kumabwera anali ndi allies awo. IUTM sanabwera ndi allies awo kenako now awiriwa anabwera into alliance imene amaisogolera. See nkhani ndoti yani tigwese yani TPP, and they did.
Yes, and with that in mind, they did that. But because they were not aligned with their manifestos, what happened after that? I'm sorry. But anyway.
No, let's not run away.
I'm not running away.
Yeah.
I'm here.
We were all here.
Yes.
Palibe mulomo amene anachoka hapo ku Malawi kunoko. We are all here. 2020 tose navota mwina ambiri so bano navota tosala. Asilike munavotera yani no simunavota.
Analiza sana wani.
Asilike yanko navota.
Navota.
Munavota?
Yeah.
Okay, unavotera ya?
Tons Alliance.
Yeah. Ngozo munavotera yani?
I didn't.
You didn't vote?
Yeah.
You were not around?
No, I was around.
I was not around. I was out.
Be a responsible citizen. You have to vote.
All
about news.
I think I saw this coming. Since no media, so I was like,
And I was not around. And I was not around.
You were around.
I wasn't.
No, let's be honest.
I was not around. I was outside the country.
Okay, you get it. So what I'm trying to say is kuti, tonse tina ni ntimo tichose TPP anthu ambiri tichose TPP tikubwera pamodzi osati foti ndi fundo zofanana koma foti tili ndi anga yoti tufuna tichose TPP TPP je inachokadi inde inachoka, but then one in the the relationship imene makhalapo when people are into alliances chifukwa chona kuti anthu ajenda nakaloti they go into the alliance not because they've got the same agendas koma chifukwa chonena kuti ali ndi mtima wina akuti tungofuna tikakhale pamene popo. That's why kukanthu choma bezera anthu ayamba kukana
Alisafuna mpando.
Alisa makhala kuti akutani akuyang'ana, because if you hear ma complaints amene anali nawo a UTM ananena kuti wane olo maunduna atasankhidwa maunduna anthu a UTM sana loya ambiri mu cabinet. You get it? But there were my leaders as pani zina amene anapasidwa so even maunduna achina ndani awa Katsonga anampasa I think minister wa trade. Kasonga ali ndi chipani chake. You get it? Kunali ma IUTM anani ma minister angapo. IMCP dominated, maybe because I don't know, is it because they came with large number?
I think it's because of parliamentary seats.
But
my parliament, they should be backed.
Yes. Kumefanya ni mwina IUTM sama mvesa imene oyo. You get it? Because the UTM always complained from where it goes. I know my minister to out, but Yanko just said kuti mwina MCB nachirusa ma minister chifukwa nkani imeneyo kuti akapita ku parliament azitani. You get it? Now because we all know it's fact UTM went to parliament ndi ma MP4 and if said that's a fact. Guys,
Ziribo,
Yanko,
ndivomereza
ndikamala. Yeah, ndizona.
Anthu akamanga nditukwana
Yanko. We have to share the blame,
it's true.
It's true, Yeah. They went into parliament ndi ma MP4. MCP, I think inalindika 70 jani ngati 60 chakuti. You get it? Which means already ngakhale kuti anthu ali mu mgwirizano. Tinakamba nkhani ya manambala. 2019, MCP got 1.7 votes. UTM got 1 million votes. One of said, already, since we are talking about numbers, we are talking about numbers, someone has got power going into the alliance.
Yes.
You get it, eh? Even if Panopa now, let's jump into Panopa and Pakamabangama Alliance. They are doing alliances based on who has numbers, who has influence on the ground. It's not just good doing my alliance. You find that Panopa, the mission is let's take out MCP. We can't run away from that. That's the mission out there. But also, even the MCP, now also you because they might be in government, but I'm telling you, they might also be afraid. Hey, Kumama guys, if they gang up, history is going to repeat itself. Mabirage, if also Antwadi Bangas Benetina Pangazatu, which it happens. You get it?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
A quick one. Maybe, anyway. Cody, how many parties do we have currently?
Over 20.
Over 20 or over 50?
No, I think registered.
Oh, registered.
Registered, I think about 20.
Huh?
Yeah.
They're 50 or 50.
Yeah, they're out there, but they're not registered. But how many are registered? Or it was weaker? Registered.
And my brother is Andwama. I'm sorry. Bebani. I'm just.
Last week.
Inaenda deka sindu yangu.
Come on, the uncanny, because I feel like there are some.
20.
They're about 20.
Fully registered as of early 2025. Malawi has officially 23 registered political parties, following the registration of the 3 new ones in March 2025 by the Office of Registrar.
Can you name them?
Thank you.
Just name them.
Where is that?
Yeah, but Alliance for Democracy, United Democratic Front.
Yes.
But the United Front for Multi-Party Democracy.
You want to sound president?
I'm a president.
United Dijani.
United Front for Multi-Party Democracy. Malawi Democratic Party. Malawi. People's Party. Democratic Progressive Party. Yeah, there are so many parties.
Achule. Tufuna tikamakamba tikauti tili ndijani tikuziwa.
Okay.
MCP, UDF, Petra, Mafunde, Nda. People don't even know kulajina Nda. You see, okay. Now the point is, unafusa na kuti my alliance, impact ya my alliance. I'll tell you, I've never been in support of my alliance. If you ask me,
okay, wow.
I've never. The reason why I've not been in support of my alliance, my alliance, I'm a ka democracy.
Okay.
Konena kuti anthu adzikhala kuti ali ndi mphamvu zipanje zikhala kuti zili ndi mphamvu. Unimvetsera? Chifukwa choti anthu tikamafuna upresident tikayambisa chipani. What we see is ndifuna ndilamulire dziko lino. You get it? Alisa kumayambisa chipani chake, ndikuyambisa chipani, ndikuzapikisana nawo 2025, ndifuna ndizalamulire dziko linoli. The only contribution that these people see that they can make contributing to this country is being a president of this nation.
Okay.
What have you said? Now, by saying kuti ndikuona ngati kuti zimaza unonga ka democracy kena kage. Nchifukwa chona kuti 1993 we voted for multi-party.
Yes.
Anthu anavota mwina ina finance na bado. Tikuti tikubadwa.
Oh 93
taulula zake. Tikuti tikubadwa. You get it? So people voted for multi-party. Tufuna kukhale zipande zambiri.
Yeah.
Because there was one MCP. But then people were like tufuna kukhale zipande zambiri. Kuti anthu azikhala ndi ufulu. Omasankha chipani.
Yeah.
And then we had multi-party. Achina UDF, achina ndani, anabadwa, achina 4DO, akubadwa paja. MCPO is still there. Okay? Now, anthu apita kwa vote UDF ya wina. Zipani zilipobe. Okay? So, I'm telling you, zipani zikamayamba, sizimazipasa mpata zoka zoti akule. All they eye for is the next elections. I want to compete and I want to win. When we know it's not possible.
Yeah.
When you said, when you know it's not possible. Okay? So,
muina banje nganthu asakudziwa.
Exactly. You need time to grow. Now, what happens when there's an alliance?
Yes.
Pakakhala alliance zikutanthauza zonena kuti UDF ndi DPP anapita ku alliance.
Okay.
Right? Going into zisankho za 2020.
Yes.
Mari elections za 2020. They went into an alliance. But anali kuti zikumaoneka kale kuti atopere ndi minister. Mu boma la DPP akupita ku alliance, amene ku elections akuziwa kale kuti akhala vice president akawina.
Yeah.
Already anali kuti ndi minister. Pamene popo he's not driving the agendas of his party. You can't. Whatever said, or tinene kuti after pamene pachatadusa DPP aluza inali mu alliance kunali bwera tonse alliance imene matsogolera ndi MCP.
Yeah.
Munali zipani zina 9 kandi 8. You get it?
Okay.
What was happening there? Zikamaoneka kusogoloku zimaoneka ngati zatonse alliance. Koma anthu amene anali nkati pamati ikupanga ndi yani ndi MCP. Nkati munali anthu lero lino atha umanena kuti ayi a president athu samakhuzidwa atu nawo zimene zimachitika zija. You get it? Kumachitika chakuti a president athu tusamakhu. Why? That time he couldn't come. Ndikuzayima pambali ndikulankhula. Zosusana ndi boma limene iwo alimo. In the end, what that does is it weakens their party. Chifama amakhala kuti ayamwidwa. So I will tell you kuti I don't like the issue ya alliance. I don't like it. Because I tell you kunena kuti if UTM had said no to the alliance, even if DPP kana kaudi ya winner, panopa I'm telling you UTM could have been stronger.
Yeah.
Panopa.
No, I hear where you're going with that. Yes.
Because anagaka kuti one, they are on the ground, they are building themselves.
Yeah.
Chimenena anthu amaiwala ndichonena kuti ndakuza zo contribution kuti anthu amangoona kuti I want to be the president.
Yeah.
But you can contribute to this nation without being a president.
Yes.
Anthu ama uyanganira pansi opposition.
Okay. Now, what I want us to look at is because Ababa Modi 23, Gandhi 26 now. So, and most of them, I've never heard of them. Probably they just registered, but they're not even active.
Yeah.
When I throw in class, right? I want you to go on and say, Ababa. How? To gross.
Yeah.
What are we looking at?
Okay.
Yes, not just visibility, not just the name.
No, growth.
Yes, growth. What is growth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Last week, you remember Temagamba Zama structures.
Yeah.
Okay? Chipani. Kuti mwaneno tu mwakazikika. Mukwenena mwaneno kuti mukapita kunsanje. Kwana kuti tufuna area chairman. Achipani chathu. Atani? Atuluka. Univese?
Yeah.
Just area chairman. Undive? It means kuti munthu uja he's chairing anthu ena ake paka uje nikena kake kakang'ono. Paka location nikena kake kakang'ono.
Yeah.
You get it? That's what we call growth. So when a party have got structures all over.
Yeah.
Chipani imene chiro ndi chachikulu ndipo ndichokhazikika. Univese said?
Yes.
Zipani zimene audzitchula yankho apapa. I'm telling you. Mwina zipani olo 15 zilibe ma structures.
Okay, bye. Mafazi for 15 okay.
Ena wali nawo koma ndosakwanira. Anivese chifukwa last week ndinapereka example unena kuti okay my guy DPP inali ndi convention kunabwera ma delegates 1.5 chakuti.
Yeah.
Those are the people that are representing areas background. Ma structures apa district, ma structures apa constituency, ma structures apa ward going down.
Yeah.
If you have people like that, you know kuti chipani chathu ndi champhamvu because tili ndi anthu pa ground mpaka pansi.
Yeah.
That they are working.
Yeah.
So anthu ajama kauti they are working, they are representing a group of people. It means you have anthu amene iwo aja akuapanga chair.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So ndanena kuti apo pa zipani 15 mwina zilibe ma structures. Zipani zinazo zili ndi ma structures koma it's not everywhere. Univese said? Chifukwa chake indicate kozokhala ma primary elections. if you can see at DPP sikuti apanga ma primary elections into constituency iliyonse.
Yeah.
MCP sinapange ma primary elections constituency iliyonse. Because ma constituency ena kukhoza kuti kulibe munthu, ma constituency ena kuli munthu mmodzi amene ali interested.
Yeah.
Ndi mmeneso ndale zathu kuno zimayendera poti zoyendera madera.
Yeah.
If you go kumulanje ku constituency ena yako kapeza kuti kuli MP mmodzi wa MCP kulibe sikuchitika ma primary elections.
Yeah.
If you go kunchinji uko ukapeza zoti kuli MP mmodzi wa DPP sanapite kuma primary elections because kulibe amene akupikisana naye. Chifukwa kumene koko amati sikwa chani sikwa DPP. UTM yapanga ma primary elections I think in 66 constituencies out of 223. University, which simply means kuti there are other constituencies kumene inde mwina anthu akhoza kukhala kuti aliko wayimirira kumasa akupikisana ndi wina aliyese. Because primaries you do ngati pale anthu angapo akupikisana, so you choose one. You get it, So when we say growth, that's what it means. So when people go into an alliance, anthu ajama kaonena kuti alibe nthawi yoti akazikuze okha. Because nthawi imene ali nayo ndiyopanga support amene akusogolera alliance imene ali nayo ija. In the end, their party suffers. Akamaenda takhala tikuonapo Olivia Chilimali moyo. Amapita ku sonkhano wota president ali pomwepo, onse ali pomwepo. Sonkhano waboma utha. Sonkhano waboma chokati mwina makase kulira china chake mafota a president akupangisa sonkhano background yakuti. Sonkhano mene jasu umakhala wa tonse alliance. Umakhala wa MCP. Onivese nthawi manager achilima makhato anyamukatani apita. Waonako misonkhano ingati ya UTM. From 2020 mwina to 2023 waona misonkhano ngati imachitika misonkhano olomwena 10 sina kwani. Understand? But every time the president goes out for a government function masana ake amapita background ndikapanga sonkhano wachipani. Koma if you find out palibepo zipani zimene zinali mu alliance zimene zimakwanisa panga zimene zozo. Chifukwa yani the moment they do that aoneka ngati akususa boma limene iwo so ali chani alimo. Chipani chokha chimene chikukula ndi chimene chikulamulira. In the end you go into election awalikale ndi mphamvu olomutani nazo ndifuna mwatuluke. Mutuluka inde komano mphamvu zawo zikha kuti anakhazikabe madziko mwina aso akutengerani anthu. They have taken people, they have put in the cabinet, anthu achokanika kutuluka. In the end abwera kwa iwo. We know when UTM said kuti tikutuluka mu Tosa Alliance, there are other people demand. Because they've already been given a ministerial position in an apostle ma CEO in a majani sana tuluke. They were there, which means anthu awawa akujera kuboma. If something happens today, they belong to party mene kusogolera. So alliances kills parties. Ima padzibani. Alliance si chinthu chabwino. Koma ifa choti anthu amayang'ana kuti ndifuna ndilamulire dziko lino. I'm telling you, people can contribute. Even being opposition, I blame DPP. I'm telling you guys, I blame DPP. Because for the past 5 years, DPP has not opposed. DPP, yabangisa MCP kuenda moyela.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ndijani jimene MCP yavutikana nacho kaya ku parliament kaya ma decisions ena ndiena. Ma decisions ena ndiena amangopita atu mophweka atu. Chifukwa yani, there's nobody to stand ndikumapereka pressure. Mene tipereke example mene kumakhalira ku John. ANC ikamapanga ma decisions they'll always look
EFF
inena kuti yani. You see, because they know kuti mfano uyu is vocal. Whatever said. So mmaziwa kukakhala kuti you've got a vocal opposition. Yoti losati yongopanga oppose ayi. Komano yokhala objective numapanga do oppose where it's supposed to oppose. Mumaziwa ndithu kuti my guy decision it's a bank. Akalitengesa parliament kuti isingadose because ku parliament if the opposition is vocal imadzusa so anthu kunjako.
Yes.
What if they said amene makhala pambuyo pa decision ija, but when the opposition is not vocal, I'm telling you in the end umapeza zoti government ingopanga ma decisions opoira otalo ku parliament uja ndikudusa ndikugula parliament yonse ija opanda wa opposition woyima kuti akuluakulu izizi aiti sapange izizi siku ena zikhale chonchi all opposition leader omayima nena kuti akuluakulu boma mapanga zako zoti even outside parliament. But DPP has not managed to do that, and ndikakhala pasi lero I blame them. There are so many things they could have done to check on MCP, but they didn't.
I see.
Because
that.
target yawo ingokhala tufuna tilamulire dziko
Yeah.
but you can contribute being in opposition. I'm telling you can contribute.
But you're not doing
but
anything.
those onsewa masogolera zipani chimene amaona ndifuna ndilamulire dziko ndifuna nchifukwa chake umaona zoti sakukayima ngati ma MP kuti akapezeke mu parliament. You get it?
Zipani zinazo zili kutiko. Zili opposition iso
And it's opposition.
And also angufuna so president also they're not opposing. So basically Ababa, are we only relying on DPP to be on the opposing side?
Yeah, as it stands. You see,
because what is the criteria for registration? The
reason I'm saying the reason I'm saying this is
because I think nkhani za criteria.
Yeah.
Criteria yo banga kuri we is it only man?
I know.
No, you have my structures.
Hey.
You have to have a signature of every in every district.
Yes. So kwanise ma signature anthu angabo so zimezo ninkhani yosavuta. Yonive se inu mulindanzana kukalonga mukampeza setu funa tipange chipani sign apa. You need a signature. I want a sagalonga. Ma omuimbira phone wakuti it doesn't mean kuti alini ma structures but alini my individuals. I mean atani akwanisa bad. It doesn't just end there. You have to convince people, even by district people going down.
Are we not supposed to be checking this kind of things?
Because they checked. Mista registrar.
Registrar, yeah.
Yeah, they check.
Checking
before
on what?
No, I mean like would yes, because it is easy to get those signatories, right? Komano, my structures, they're just theoretical. They are not really there, right? So that's why I'm saying, you just want to get, for example, registrar when you are and someone now isn't it the responsibility of the registrar to actually make sure those structures are really in place?
Yeah, I think it can be like the criteria, but I think Sinanka, we believe when something is signed,
it's difficult because someone can just take my national IDs. When the registrar general is checking, I'm going to do initially I'm a kalamu lilonge. Yeah.
You get it? I don't think they do that.
Yeah.
I don't think
because that's why now I think
that's why it's easy.
That's why everybody else can register, and then there is also no growth for these parties.
Malawi, we are very lazy when it comes to follow up. Anything, or even my bank documents, you can just write something as long as you've given them something. There are very few people that will vet people. That's Malawi is like that. Vetting your kind of when you go and or bank you will your bank. So now go but there's that vetting process in Malawi lacks
you need to a form which the owner of the house. Yes.
Okay.
Which to me still doesn't make sense. You understand? Malawi is vetting. My national idea were supposed to be things that would carry that information. But once you take your idea and it's internalized in the system, you are good to go. That was the reason we needed to have that documentation. So I think the vetting side of Malawi, there we are lazy.
Yeah. So I say, because possible alliances will be there. People are talking.
Before you should also add this. You're saying you're opposing the idea of alliances.
Yeah.
So how do people go by to achieve the 50 or plus 1?
They have to go on the ground.
People have to do the work.
You have to go on the ground, convince people. People should love you. You. Because if this is user, you get it? Because you just wanted them. It's not like munadi ni ideology of fanana bad. You just wanted them. But the first one is 50 plus 1. Ndingo atenga ndani, ndingo atenga wa wishes wa kuti ndike manamba lao to do 50 plus 1. But it's not like I want them. Tikapita Gugu.
So for starters, do Malawian political parties have ideologies?
Okay, mabwera monani.
Malawi, the basket uje political parties. My briefcase.
Muzibera to kuno anthu azikuona aniso na.
Okay, ku Malawi ine number panga notice with politics yake in their briefcase. They will have something, set up a shop, zikavura, they will close it up. That's why I will challenge you in Malawi. The party dies with the owner. I'm found in most cases.
Muzibera kuno ndi kuti anthu azikuona ani.
And also
akamwalira
basi ndikukuza anthu amene panopa kutsogola zipani akazamwalira you would see how much parties will struggle. UTM ako andati kuira kale ndetibe nazovuto. You should understand kuti UTM inafika potentha the passing of Chilima, its relevance also passed with him. You get that, and it's hard now zimakukamba yankho zama ideologies kuti ma politicians urgent political parties are not built on ideologies. They are built on a need of you being a leader. So or even longevity yake imavuta chifukwa choti panali munthu amene ninja lori akhale utsogolo. That's why or even zichakurabwera ntambo anthu anayamba kuti ntambo unali panga zako zakuti unatituluka. What he sold us was an ideology. Whether he was there or not there, it was still supposed to go on. We were supposed to check the system. Because now ideology jaima rivuta timakhala chilipo chimene ufuna. When that is achieved, it's gone. And even that also boils down to my alliances. Kuti my alliances amavuta ifanya chimene chocho chifukwa ndi afuna yankho chifukwa ndifuna mundisankha udindo. Mukandisankha udindo yankho becomes a threat, so I have to deal with him. That's what has happened since the dawn of democracy till now. You would see that with my vice president and every alliance. So you would see good people are greedy. Now when they get into power, ujayama sanduka enemy because they will be like, this one is coming for my seat.
Zimani zibe my ideology ase. Chifukwa choti, atachoka chipani ichi, kupita ku chipani ichi, ndikuzabwereraso.
Atachitukwana ye.
Waniveset? So you question what was happening? Munkachokera nji.
Apa anthu amene ananyoza DPP taona akubwerera.
Because ideologies create conviction. You have conviction for what you believe in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like people that have stayed true to the party that they belong to. They believe they see something in it.
Yes.
Which I can say maybe it's an ideology or maybe they just love the party.
Yeah.
You get it? Ajone nangudi logical opposition, they will just remain they will remain there. But ena will be like, tufuna ndigwire ntchito ndi chipani cholamula. Ajoka chipani chawo akabwerera. We had the late Sdick Mia. He used to do that. I think watumikirako ku UDF kena kwanabwera ku DPP itatenga ulamuliro itababoma kuchoka ku UDF. Na anabwera ku DPP anagwira ntchito ndi abingu kenako abingu atamwalira anagwira ntchito ndi amayi anakhala ku PP kenako anazabwerera soku kenako anazakhala ndifuna ndigwire ntchito ndi MCP. So you can see at the end of the day, do you want to tell me kuti zipanizo says zinali ndi ideology yofana na imene nkulu yanaiona kula chinangati ulali musa aina change?
No. They did have one ideology.
Yes. But we cannot say it on camera.
So I'm telling you now, I wanted to say this kunena kuti my alliances achitika tifune tisafune. Okay, but we'll be repeating just the cycle. It's not like we want change or something.
Yeah.
Mayazi. One of said that I blame DPP.
Yeah.
Okay. Now DPP is coming in. We voted them out, but we're gonna take them in.
Oh, is it taken?
If they do my alliance and zero, they're gonna win. One of said it's a game of numbers. Agabanga my alliance and zero at DPP a winner. One of said MCP will be out of government. Okay? I blame DPP because Payoka anagakaunena kuti anali vocal on opposition. Mwina saka nafunika alliance.
Yeah, I agree.
One of said, one is so the other thing that I blame DPP on is good they didn't go back and restructure and ukakonza chipani yao. DPP was not supposed to fill the APM.
And
DPP was not supposed to fill the APM. They had time. One said, this, I'll be unapologetic about this. One they had time. That nigga needed to go back and rest. Timan Tokoza Mutujanagura, he was our president. One said, whatever happened, my president go through that. My president, I'm a president. If you are looking for Muntoti, Wobanda Mavudo Decimus and Pesa.
Yeah.
Okay, he was our president. He did his 6 years. He went. That guy needed to be resting by now, and the DPP had the time to field a stronger other candidate that could have taken over from him. They didn't do that. They didn't give us a good opposition for 5 years.
Yeah.
Now they're coming back. People might vote for them. And if they said, MCP on the other hand, MCP is here, mistake after mistake, crisis after crisis. Kanika kupanga stabilize kuti kodi sugar zipezeka pena palipo. So kanika kupanga stabilize kuti mafuta zipezeka for 5 years. People have been servicing my Phiri WhatsApp group for 5 years.
Ashuga
so mwina pano panthu akumawuzana sugar lipakuti like things zinthu zikukwera and all that. A lot of things is happening. But in the end, we're going to go there and choose the lesser evil. Just as like the bishops said, Bishop let's go out and choose a lesser evil. I didn't want that for my country. You get it? And I wish there was a party, it has built themselves properly. Because at the end of the day, it's about numbers. I say, pamalisti pa to 23, palantu 1-0, komantu ena aga alibe manambala. You get it? But I wish if those people had numbers, because we could have had another option apart from MCP, apart from UTM. Tinakani option ena abwino. Komantu ajalibe manambala. But at the end of the day, it's not just my vote. They need to convince a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
But they don't have. So.
Yeah, you know what I wanted to say is, with the point that you have said, with the DPP not being a very good opposition,
yeah,
right? So they didn't put MCP in check. They did not do anything basically within these 5 years with all the things that you have listed. So now, let's say, could we vote them back into power? Are we sure they are going to bring any change?
No,
things are going to be even worse.
Things will never change.
Because they failed to put the ruling party in check. So basically, whatever they are saying is, Eight. Now, what if also, when we come in power, we're going to continue the same system. We're not going to put anybody else in check, which now brings me back to Nina Gunori. Then what happens to corruption?
Hai, magana fusa ababa McDonald anafusa ntawina kuti akulu nthawi ya DPP anthu amati mausudwa misonkhano corruption wokuti akuba kumatuluka makalata mwaiona iyi yako mwana mwaiona eti mwana 400,000 matumba cement chan.
Yeah.
Who has been arrested?
No one.
Nobody.
No one.
There were issues with Salima Sugar Company. Who has been arrested? Nobody. There were issues with Eskom. Anatuzaso pa podium. Muguma mama 4 billion kwa cha mafuta kwa Eskom. Who was arrested? Nobody. So you want to tell me DPP will come into power and start arresting someone from this side? Can never happen. At the end of the day, we are the losers here. You, me, you.
Everybody's getting a
losers.
Everybody's
as Ngozo said,
exactly.
Malawi practice the briefcase politics.
We open shop and close shop.
Yeah.
So, Phiri kusinta, DPP will come in and mind you, panomba kwaje umakanga yanchani angoifinya jonji. Whoever wins December, azangoisia.
Yeah. All right. So now that we're talking about corruption, which brings me back to that next point, which is ACB has no director since Mother Chizuma departure. Why? Are we serious? As a government or as a country or whatever, because already people were talking about the corruption, right? Nobody has been checking anyone. Corruption is still on the rise, and now when the next party that comes in, because even on the 23 parties that are there, nobody has been checking anybody, and corruption has been on the rise, and now that seat in the ACB is still empty. Meaning, the
director is still acting. Yeah. Yeah. So, just to give the background, the High Court has granted an injunction temporarily suspending the Ombudsman's directive regarding the recruitment of the Anti-Corruption Bureau Director General. This injunction halted the implementation of Ombudsman's decision to disqualify 2 candidates from the recruitment process. The court action was initiated by the Minister of Justice, which is responsible for the recruitment process. The Ombudsman's office has stated that the court proceedings are normal review procedures, and that there is no injunction against their office. The case stems from a complaint against ACB by a former employee, Mr. Ngozo, who alleged unfair treatment in relation to acting allowances and the salary increments. The Ombudsman, in her determination, found in favor of Mr. Ngozo, and they instructed ACB to rectify the issue. The ACB, in return, sought judicial review of the Ombudsman decision, leading to the injunction. The injunction is temporary, and the court will further arguments on the matter. The ACB spokesperson has indicated that the Bureau will abide by the court's final decision.
Okay, when was this?
Let me check.
On the Mbumba, I think. Kumano, I say, Nkani ndonena wuti, it's been a year. When said? I think Martha Anajoga can March, can April last year. This is June. Today is can 18 June. So could be ACB director.
Is there any hope?
Could acting.
Is there any hope? Ababa, this question is going.
It was in February 2025, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, but still mpaka lero sana sankide.
Yeah.
Mpaka lero musanarani sana sankide. And also I think sifa jema bida kujeni mabida kupaki sima bida
yes,
appointment public appointment committee.
Yes, it goes there. Agakora panga shortlist. Then it goes to the parliament to answer some questions.
Nde kuti panova tidikire mpaka September. Kifa sina nka parliament kupasi inakumana komaliza basa anamaliza. Nde kuti kulibe so kuti chanchana. But seriousness in fighting corruption, I don't think so. We've never been that serious to fight corruption. Kunoko.
Okay. Nothing is serious.
That's
what do we take seriously in this country? Is there anything?
Making sure that the law is not working.
Okay.
That we try our best to make sure that the law is not working. You get it, eh? But I think in a honestly, I look because injunction imene nabwera, right? Injunction imene anatenga ndi anthu ena kuti akuoneka kuti I think anasidwa amaona kuti ozo aineneza ali nazo. I think it was something to do with all that.
Okay.
Komano kaya mwina ndilibe intero yambiri pa nkhani imene iyi. Koma nkhani yake ndonena kuti it has taken long, but I don't think it's appointing authority. Sina nkhana itulusa anthu analembera. So I think nkhani iyi ili ku Ministry of Justice, right? Ndamene akupanga akuendesa recruiting process.
Yes.
Ndeka yamapanga shortlist anthu angapo kayama pita ku appointing authority amene ndi ya president kuti akasankhe, but also it goes to parliament, something like that. Komano nkhani yake ndonena kuti it has taken long. At this point I think we can need to kozoloza zala judiciary asathawe so ya it koza kwaloza jala kuti nkhani sana itamangise nkhani sana itamangise. I think they could have sorted it out mwina parliament isanatseke so nkhani ndipeza zodi atani yatheka osankhidwa okasankhidwa, because as it stands I think pamwina pamakhala zinthu zina zoti mwina acting sangapange, you know, fa mwina makhaso pazifukwa zake akuopa zinthu ziwiri zitatu. We know ntchito ya anti-corruption bureau ndi ntchito yovuta kwambiri koma anthu ambiri samaziwa. Chifukwa yani I wish my position ngati amene ajawana kakhala iziza ajakwera anatipangapo ucheni, anatipangapo promise kuti chifukwa chani munthu mmodzi yemweyo amasankha wakuti yemweyo chancellor wa ma university. Who remembers that? Anatiuzapo zimenezo nthawi ya campaign nthawi ya ACB. Mphamvu za president zichepesedwe.
Yes.
Magayi zinazi zimene naona ine kuti anthu timakhala ndi nzeru tikakhala ku opposition.
mpando chatu ngabwino
tikakhala opposition anthu timakhala nzeru kwambiri ase mu parliament nthawi ya ujeni nthawi ya apapa parliament umatha umamvesa ena kaye adpp awonso ali ndi nzeru chonchi koma ndipo yoti ali ku opposition nthawi imene anali mboma kuti awa ndi achitsiru chonchi you see so ineyo kumala kuno naona nzeru zimakhalako njimozimozi ukakhala kuti ulibe ndalama
khala nazo
umatha umanga nyumba ulibe ndalama mmaganizomo ndikangozi baba ndikuti ndipanga zakuza kuti zibwere makanga kuti wina wakusira ndalama koma wanyamulamo ubongo wanyamuka kumapita
Hazambi sizende alimodzi.
Sizende alimodzi.
Zero ni ndalama.
Aya.
Ndamwe aya amene makazala ndi ndalama nzeru so zapeza.
Hazambiri koma. Sizende.
Most of the times it doesn't go to. So I'm telling you. So iyi nkhani ya ACB 10TC koma nkhani ndoti zatenga nthawi and that shows the levels of our seriousness in fighting corruption because we are not putting the right people in place in the end.
Yeah. Komano level of seriousness hiyo ikusefukira mu zinthu zambiri.
Yeah.
It's not just in on corruption right now. How many crises do we have right now?
Almost in every sector. There's always something going on.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that Malawian politics thrives on. Yeah, the chaos is orchestrated. That's how the politicians become relevant.
But no opposition ukondwa.
And I've always figured out a country's strength by how irrelevant the politicians are.
Yeah.
And the more relevant a politician is, the more chaos will be in that system because our politicians are people that are like vultures. They feed on the chaos.
Yeah. It's easy to campaign
panopa.
It's very easy to campaign. Sugar zapezeka. People will love you.
Mafuta.
Who wants to be on queue for
wajayikwera mphamvu.
You get it?
Muzidya katatu. We have heard that.
Yeah.
Over and over. The campaign ndi omwe sisi entire.
The reason amatuza kuti muzidya katatu.
It's because
chifukwa nthawi sili madya. Ndipo tinkawuzidwa zoti tizikadya ziwala. I remember APM telling kuti
and what is now?
I remember APM said that. It's everywhere. APM said kuti anthu akudanda kuti kulinjala anthu muzidya sombewa muzidya ziwala.
Ngari amajambewa.
It was everywhere. You see, panopa DPP akuti chimanga chizakhalapo.
During the tenure, things were also in chaos.
So panopa, it's easy to campaign. It's very easy to campaign.
So, which means my question is irrelevant right now. The question that I'm about to say, then how can we solve the high cost of living? It's very relevant at this particular moment. Hey, we are not going to solve anything. Generally, we are not solving it. Even Ababa Henry Araka would wafira mena mafirira nthawi zonse munja kunena kuyala ma solutions mbwe. The truth is nothing.
Because when everything is settled and everything then politicians will change.
That's why I'm saying
we have no leverage.
Yeah, that's why I was saying political relevance makala through the chaos.
Yeah.
So they have to orchestrate the chaos. So when we are going to elections, there's so much chaos.
Yeah.
It's orchestrated.
Yeah.
Because everyone else knows how to put it at bay.
Yeah, true. Because zichatimanena kuti mavuto ena amakhala ndale. You get it? Yeah, mavuto ena amakhala ndale. People will create a problem. Ndicho nganena kuti pakhale ujeni basi, pakhale chaos, pakhale crisis in the end. Azibwera kuma anthu oti atha kuyasa moto baba
ndimabwera ne madzozi
moto wondita kuti misa ineyo manivese kumano moto oti anthu ayasa okay but it's easy and the only thing is it doesn't look good ku anthu amene ali mboma panopa. You get it? Because they know good we can be easily decampaigned if we are even failing to give people sugar kuti anthu adzigula sugar if people are not able to buy fuel bwino. If people are not able to buy zinthu bwino for the cost of living is high. Chikumakwera almost like every time. You get it?
Every second.
So for them it's difficult. Kuti olonde campaign tikamakapanga tizipanga kuti bwanji tizitani pamenena it's easy. Ona ndimene zinthu zakwereramu. Olone ntango ima panopa. Ona ndimene zinthu zakwereramu akuluakulu. Ndisintha zimenezi. People are gonna believe in me because they won't change. You get it? Olona kazoti kulankhula zoti ndizosatheka.
I was talking to Mike about Kabaza guy today because I'm a few because they was it.
Yeah.
Hey. They were so I'm asking, I'm just trying to hear his opinion basically, right? Could he feel agwira? Are you going to be okay? Feel agwira. It's like, Muziwa. Feel agwira. Komara figure about $3,000. Hey, Nizabobo for as long as few as it done, as it be taken. Komano few agwira, and that's so as Sunday. Palibebo pindu. So equally we know few as a dani, as a way, take heaven a river. Komano garago wera, the Kazabu no good few as it done.
Yeah, most of the times agagweret amabezeka akagwera ma devaluation ajagajitika mbameno mazazo zoda zinthu zitu zastaniki zinthu za serious. Why do you just move something or say something and then everything freeze, right? And then when you say something, everything like relaxes bwino. Do you remember bingwa sana mwalire, right? Mafuta anasowa. Mafuta anasowa aina sugar also I think anasowa.
Yes,
it's
the same things. It's the same thing.
Bingu died.
My crisis on the moment.
Yes, Bingu died. Amaya anabwera mboma 100 days. Everything was like going on smoothly. You get it? So you mbamino mazazo ngini ndia staniki singini ya straight. Singini ya straight.
Today we should not even bother giving solutions.
Oh no. In my government we have
an obligation.
Yeah. And that obligation triggers because change has to the mind has to be trained in it.
Okay, before that though, I have another interesting question, right? How many countries so far in Africa? I mean, we know what these countries are doing well.
Are doing well? What is doing well?
Okay, maybe. Whether
economic stability.
Yeah. Whether economically, infrastructure-wise, is many. Yeah. How many?
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. This isn't the kunena udwina and all that. There was a comparison 2-3 years ago in Zambia, right? Ndrama ya Zambia yakhala kuti ili ndrama yabwino mpaka pano pani ndrama yabwino. I think Zambia imathamangitsana ndi rand.
Yeah,
imathamangitsana ndi rand and like I think in 2020 2021 2022 when Hakainde came in, I think dollar was changing at 22 kwacha. I think kainali 17 kwacha dollar to kwacha ya ku Zambia. If you go back now, right? Okay. Ukuzwa zoti people were preferring kuti Edgar Chagwalungu abwerere.
Okay.
Yeah. They wanted the former president to come in.
Why?
Yeah. That's because they think kuti zinthu sizikuenda.
Okay.
When they said they think kuti zinthu sizikuenda. If ku South Africa unali my elections last year, right? There are people that were campaigning, right? If you listen to their campaigns, amana reason sizikuenda. Ku South Africa, I think last year they were hit kunali ma blackout ankhani. Ku Zambia bano basukuli ma blackout ankhani.
Sure.
You get it, eh? Kunoko kuli ma blackout ankhani. You like okay, but people would say okay, chabuno nanga chifachana china Traore mwakuti. We know kuti my guys are janalanda boma. If we want that same thing kunoko kuchitika, it also comes with a price. You get it, eh?
Yeah, okay.
But the system that we're using, ngati kunoko ku Zambia kaya kuti, you know, because it also goes to what other opportunities do you have?
Yeah.
Right? Ku Mozambique, they went to 2 elections last year. Panoba, because there was chaos in Mozambique after the elections because the opposition imeona kuti ya winner. So the opposition ndio kuti nali ndi say or during their campaign because maybe things were not working.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Kumakabu kuli mavuto. I never said, but it's just kuti what is the current regime saying about the problems? Are they giving hope of you going out of the problems? Or do you understand? Do you understand why? Do you understand why the problems are coming? Do you have a clue of how you can solve the problem? Because I think it seems like nobody cares.
Yeah.
We are not told. We are not told. This is what we are doing, like to make sure. But sometimes it has to go beyond just talking. We have to see action. Yes, you said you're doing this a year ago. Why are we still in the same problem?
Okay.
You've always said you want to sort out this fuel issue. Why are we still in the same problem up until today?
All right. Sorry, I'm just going to derail a little bit because I think I want our viewers and even myself to have a little bit of understanding of how other countries they are running their countries, and even coming in of different system changes is impacting them and all of that. I want us to look at case studies of Rwanda and now Burkina Faso, right? Most of the times we always admire Rwanda, how now it's more technological advanced and all that. It's like what is that word? You know the word I'm looking for. You know it. What is it? Timenoria.
It is
the center of technology advancement now or whatever. But yes, so as in infrastructure wise, they're getting somewhere. In terms of, I don't know, their economy, it's how good it is. Their cities, they are more cleaner. I'm just, it's just the things that are top of my head. So now that's Rwanda. Now we're looking at Burkina Faso with the change of powers, right? Because now something I know it may be ananima structures often and right? Chaos upon chaos, crisis upon crisis, crisis upon crisis. So now coming in with change of power with this guy to we feel like most of the countries, if they are being laid with a guy like this, things are going to be different in most of the countries in Africa. So I want us to look at that. For example, Burkina Faso, a lot of things have changed. They are not relying much on aid or whatever. Their money is moving or whatever is happening there, right? So these two systems or these two countries, and most people, like I said, we admire these two countries, how they're running these things. Yes, Kuliso Mavudo. Komano, there's something else, Chimene, why we are always admiring these countries, and what is that?
Do you have something to say?
I think she was trying to say maybe it also goes down to the system of government. Yeah. Like maybe autocracy, democracy. Yeah. That's what she was driving at.
We're kind of democratic.
Yes.
Yeah. Inatraura jamabwera ndia
autocracy.
You get it?
Yes.
Like ajina Kagame ni
Kagame and they are dictators.
You get it?
Yes.
You get it?
Yeah.
We abolished that. That's why maybe there are people who, if they compare nthawi ina yake kuti komatu nthawi ya kamuzu tinkapanga zakuti nthawi ya kamuzu tinkapanga zakuti, it's because nobody could oppose him that time. When you say we are doing this, we are doing that, we are going, if you rise up ufuna kuonesa nzeru ndizamuna timamva kuti anthu ankadyesana kung'ona chanchana stuff like that, but the point is tili ndi ma government system otani osiyana. Where we are where we are because of the systems that we are using. And if we want change, then maybe we should adopt those other systems, because where we are, this is the cycle. This is the cycle.
It will continue.
Ena abwera apanga zawo, ena so abwera, ena zuwa mbalemu chanchane masiku nkumatani, masiku nkumavaya. But where people like Ajina Traore, or achina Museveni ndi aja makhala akwaonesa mazangazime magayizi oti akulimbana nawo.
Yeah.
You know, because I think kuti they've got the power and they can control and they're doing things right. So whoever comes like standing with ine ndifuna ndipikisane nawo amapezeka zoti akwaonesa zosaona, you know. Ina Bobi Wine ndi achama ngokhalira kukhabidwa kuomberedwa kutani stuff like that, because amaziwa zoti anawa mwina akhoza kubwera ndi ina yake, but ineyo I'm in control of this. You get it? So ndakupasa my example ngati achina Zambia, achina Mozambique, South Africa, Zimbabwe, system athu ndi amozi. Nchifukwa yake even we share kuvutika kwathu. You get it? And in each and every country kuli mavuto. Kumene koko kuli mavuto amene akutirana nawo, amene makantri amene akugwisa ntchito ma system ngati athuwa kuli mavuto amene akutira nawo. There are people kuli mavuto anjala kuli chani, maybe because tonse tili mbali imodzi yoti kukachitika china chake ngati ina cyclone, they affect Mozambique, they affect Malawi, they affect achina Zambia, they are affected. Kukakhala kuti kuli chilala, Zambia is affected, we are affected, kwene konse kwa affected, but then it goes down to what are you doing as a country, as a leadership, mukutani kuti mulichose mavuto awawa. So chimene chocho ndi chimene anthu samachiona. That's why people will be like, hey, bola tutrawole. You get it? But you don't have like a crew good, okay, what's the kind of system there? It's not like kuti olatabwera kabambe azakhala trawole watu.
No. Okay,
they always say that the grass is always green on the other side.
Yeah. True. For me, my question is
what's that? What are you doing?
Ndikukozekera zoti ndiyankhule. Ndiyapa vazikundilemera. Umaziya timati Malawi is a God-fearing what?
Nation.
There's a reason heaven is not democratic. But anyway, that's beside the point. But here's my point. Gugu, I'm sorry. Okay. I feel like
democratic sarana saka na bwere.
Okay.
But
I feel like humans, there's a balance. You cannot trust too much power to one party or one person, but at the same time you cannot trust too much opinions to the majority of the people. So I think Malawi kumakhala chayomani nakuti awapangeko. I don't know what we are gonna do to fix this, but the truth is the systems that we created, the problems that we created using the system is not the same system that can heal this land. That's for certain. So number one, we are high dependent on aid. So it's not even a leadership thing. It's those people that are feeding us. What are they dictating? And also coming of the leaders with the greed and everything else. We also want to pocket it. So I think it's a bigger journey. So you cannot put new wine in old wine skins, and you cannot put old wine. You already know.
Yeah. Hey. Why don't you the best way back?
Aye, gomano. Jifake mani kuti mavuto ena amene like our economy, for example, let's just say our economy yathu sili bonena kuti wina wake ulata sinthale kuti aja kwera achoka, right? Ndibwera wina wake in 3 months 4 months economy yakhazikika. Pali zinthu zimene zimapangisa kuti economy ikhazikike. There are things that you have to do per ground kuti zinthu ngazimene ziyazitane zichitike. I remember so even kabambe anazanena nthawi inake kuti no mavuto amene tilimo atha kutitengera lomwena chaka olomwena 2 years kuti tani tikonse. I don't know whether he was saying that kuti kuli boma lina. You get it? I don't know if he still can say that atakhala kuti wawina, and are we going to believe him? You get it? Stuff like that. But tili mavuto koma mavuto will not go overnight. This interpresident,
they're still, the problems are still there, and they're still ongoing. Okay, we always say it is what it is, but I think we also need
it is what it is.
Nah, because it always feels like it's a defeat. We're already defeated. We cannot do anything else about it. But I don't know what we can do, not just as a government, but even the people themselves. Mr. Democracy is power to the people, for the people, for whatever people, right? So I don't know what as a people we can do, and even the government itself, the people that are in power, I don't know, but I don't think it has to be that phrase, because it is what it is anymore right now. For me, that's how I'm feeling. Because if we are already defeated, then what are we going to do? Because already we are not seeing who will come in power and change things properly.
And again, they're the same people
Yeah,
that
they
have
are
been
the same.
winning. It's not like
Nah,
you know, that's
it's
what I question.
yeah.
You get it? Eh?
Yeah.
And Antwaje, as a the system that runs the government, you didn't
So what they do system we all do. Analegale mu system ija adajogamo
ambira amena bwera papa zakade anagale anakaba minister.
Yeah.
What have they done?
Yeah. They know the
as a system yodi mwina nice yaso gale mene maono ngantai mene tangango ejosa because even the system protects itself. Okay, so sometimes you tend to question, yes, we want change, but is the change gonna come? But then maybe for the sake of change, let's change. You get it? But then you think of, are we going to get the change that we want? I don't think so. Because who? These people have been PS before. These people have been Queen Akwake before. But ninaona anda now. Ajeno secretary at TVV. Amanena kodi muntu unalogwira ntchito wongo yanga ninakosunga ndalama une na bwanji kuti unakonza economy amakonza nda professor. Yeah, well, it was just like, yes, man. Yeah.
Right.
So you see, I'm telling you, there's a lot. We won't change, we won't change, but we can't be here and lying to ourselves. Kudiwagudu is bringing change. What change? We won't change. We won't change. We do, man.
No,
we
really do.
But
really do.
when you sit down and see,
because sugar more than 6,000, bready more than 5,000, ababo already will be 11,000. Muntu we umalandira 40,000, kabena 50,000.
Ujeranji bready go most akagula mbata
mulwa mbata le uzo pano mani bwanji.
At least 5,000 utobeza bo miliwili. Upiga kwamba usamaje bready moyo wako wote anapiga bo kuja bready. Ndemuzungu ndukwana nazo boma tsiku ndi tsiku. Bready tendiya kaya pa wiki kamozi.
Komano ndoti pa mwezi ufunika bika mwina mapakita wini. 6,000. Ndo ufunika ndiwo, ufunika jani, and there's rent, and then you have ana pompo. Nothing doing basically. So we do want the change. So for me, I feel like it's also not just a system thing. What if you as a people, you know how also for it just come to me. Why the alliance also worked so much? It wasn't also just the ideology that the alliances were giving us. As a people, we were tired.
Yeah.
And we did come together as a people and we fingered. You know? We fingered the government or whatever was happening at that point. We showed.
We were tired.
We were tired.
Okay.
You know, we could feel the tiredness. The tiredness was in the air. We were breathing the tiredness.
I want to hear this because people try to make it as if we just chose to
put it to be violent and to be whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, come on, okay.
We were tired.
Since that time, the situation is still the same. The chaos is still the same. Crisis upon crisis and whatever. Panoba mugudi dadoba. Komano, we're just talking about this. We not mule about Facebook about all the crises that are happening. Chani. Mugambila na mabars, you go to work, you're talking about all the price hikes and everything else. As a people, we are also not fingering these people to show, you know what, this is useless. What are you doing? Right? We're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Right?
That's good for you.
Truly, you know. Timango yankula mumasiri mwatu kuti guys zinthu sizikuyenda. As a people, we are not acting. We just talk. We are talkers as Malawians. We are not actors. We have only acted once, I think, in my life, not twice. Tawi ya bingu ni tawi ya alliance. Basi. Timadige odi zifike bena page, and then we have to do something. And this time around, even my elections around the corner. Komano, are you seeing anything else happening? No. Ale sedungo digira and tungo gamba so guys place. I'm not seeing anybody.
Imagine that.
We are just talking. Right? Hey.
I say, it pains me as a citizen. Now I won't change. Because maybe these people have failed.
Yeah.
I'll say I won't change because maybe MCB have failed. Okay, what's the option that is coming? DBB.
I think, you know what? I also feel like education, immediately now, Cardinal
ndipo as a Malawian, honestly, or even when the bishops said, let's go vote there for a lesser evil, it's like, really?
Are you serious?
We already know they are evil. And the
lesser.
is just, okay,
no, Amaba is no longer also about the lesser evil because they were the evil in that particular. We removed them on their throne of evilness, right? We brought in the lesser evil. That was the lesser so I just saw that evil because now they are lesser.
They are evil. They are all evil.
So what are we doing?
It's just unfortunate that we don't have because it's a branch of my evil.
You know what? On my people, I love you.
I don't need to vote the lesser evil. Let's go out there and vote for lesser evil. Okay, what are the lesser evils on the ground? MCP, DPP. Okay. Can I go, if you can't vote for this one, vote for Mwina UTM. It's a branch of another evil.
Come on, says the thing. I feel like us as Malawians, we don't understand the meaning of democracy. We are leaving the meaning in the hands of the people that are in charge. Democracy is not for people, ali mibando. Kama ministers, guys, a president, guys, whatever. If ali ese ku primary school, kuli definition ya democracy ngati kuli social studies ibe mpakana panopa social studies imambila kandi standard 4 mpakana kandi standard 8 and ikayamba standard 4 pacha pamakhala democracy. What is democracy? Alese imene yo akuidziwa inabwerapo pamayeso muli mapipo kandi atatu mu sentence ya democracy for the people, but us as Malawians we have given for the people to the people that are in charge. Kuti iwowa ndamene aziyendesa zinthu ifeyo timangokhala ku backseat kumangodandaula komatu sugar ngokwera daily we are busy going to town. We know kuti mushomesi likapeza mu sugar kuma ukafusabe kuti sugar bwanji right pakiu ukaimabe pajani you are still with the little hope that you have.
Yeah.
You knew what is into but nothing. And at the end of the day, you are complaining. But what are we doing as a people? Because democracy, it is for us. It is for the people. Those people, we just put them in charge. Kuti azidi osati kulamulira. Komano zinthu zimene feti nazozo. Iwo arani ba.
Kalema steward.
But no, they're not stewards. They are our leaders. It is, so what are we doing as a people, as Malawians? Basi rungodikira kuti akaina kuti 10 ifeso we are bad opposers. Ifeso tiso ngara DBB. We work around I know is blaming at DBB, but no, they have not been opposing. Also, I blame us as Malawians. Yeah. Because we are not opposing. We are not showing. We are not acting on anything. We are just sitting. It is what it is. That's what I'm saying. As of now, for me, that word, it is what it is. It's not sufficing anymore. It's not.
That's the Gugu master.
Exactly. And on that note, until next time, I love you.
My blood pressure is